Welcome, everyone. Today we're delving into the striking connection between physical recovery and emotional healing.
Absolutely. It's fascinating how the way we mend our bodies can mirror the way we mend our hearts, right?
Exactly. It's like um, healing isn't just about treating wounds on the outside. It's really about nurturing those deeper emotional
Yeah.
layers and allowing ourselves to truly feel and recover.
I mean, when you're, you know, trying to get back from, say, a stubborn shoulder injury, it really forces you to face that, uh, fear of re injury, which seems so similar to how we face painful memories in our mind.
Right, right. And the first instinct, as you well know, is to protect ourselves, which on
Yep.
the surface feels necessary, but in the long run, that self preservation might um, also keep us from experiencing growth and healing.
It almost seems like every time we overprotect, whether physically or emotionally, we end up limiting our own potential.
Absolutely. It's like, imagine if you built a fortress around yourself. You might feel safe, but you also cut yourself off from the possibility of genuine connection and recovery.
That's a great analogy. So, in the context of physical therapy, how does that play out?
When I was working through my shoulder issues, I noticed I'd tense up every time I attempted certain movements. It was akin to what we do to avoid emotional pain. You're, protecting yourself so hard, you can't really let go and reclaim what you lost.
Right. So, kind of like holding on too tight, you know?
Exactly. And over time, this tension becomes self defeating. The more you avoid, the more you keep your challenges at bay, and the less opportunity you have to really thrive.
Absolutely. Now, what I find interesting is the idea of creating a safe haven within ourselves. How does that tie in with both forms of healing?
Oh, that's a crucial point. Whether you're healing a broken heart or a bruised shoulder, you need a safe space, a sanctuary inside where you can build trust and tolerance for challenge. It's like developing an
Yeah.
inner support system that reassures you it's okay to move forward.
So, in physical therapy, for example, your therapist helps guide you through those movements safely, ensuring your body feels secure enough to try again.
Exactly. It's a gradual process, and part of it is learning to trust yourself. My therapist would say, your body now knows there's no lurking danger, and that reassured me to try movements that once, would have sent
Mm.
me into panic.
And that is so similar to emotional healing. It's like you gradually expose yourself to those triggers, but this time with some understanding and self-compassion.
Precisely. Healing, both physically and emotionally, involves relearning how to engage with something that once hurt you, but with a completely different, safer perspective. It's like having a dialogue with yourself, but one of kindness and
Right
encouragement.
on. Now, how do you think fear plays into all this? I mean, isn't it natural to be wary of repeating past pain?
For sure, fear is absolutely part of the equation. Our instinct is to avoid re experiencing pain, which is why we tend to, retreat and build those protective walls. But if you hold on to that fear forever, you can miss out on a more, well, vibrant life.
I get that. I totally agree. But some might argue that a certain level of avoidance is necessary for personal safety. Isn't that like sometimes justified?
That's a fair point. And absolutely, there's a need for self preservation. But the challenge is, if you remain in that state too long, you also block your ability to heal, learn, and eventually reclaim your life. It becomes a bit of a double edged sword.
Absolutely. It's like you're stuck in a loop of not engaging with the source of your pain.
Exactly. And that's where the concept of relearning comes into play. We need to gradually reintroduce ourselves to our fears, to those triggers, but this time in an environment where we feel
Yep.
safe.
And building that inner safe space, what does that look like in practice?
Well, it starts with creating a nurturing inner dialogue, a place where you can acknowledge pain without judgment, where you can really face those feelings with compassion rather than fear. It's like having a personal mentor inside your heart that tells you, it's okay, you're safe now.
That makes sense. I guess it involves a lot of mindfulness too, right?
Absolutely. It involves being really present, taking lots of deep breaths, and, reminding yourself that the past isn't a sentence. It's merely part of your story. Each mindful breath can help shift the focus from, well, endless protecting to finally experiencing life fully again.
Right on. And that aligns with the whole idea of building our inner sanctuary. But isn't it challenging to even begin that process?
Yeah, it definitely can be. It's, like stepping into uncharted territory at first. But once you start to, trust yourself and create a mental and emotional safe haven, it becomes a lot easier to move past old patterns of fear and avoidance.
I totally see that. I find it interesting that the content also touches on how healing is a journey. It's not a quick fix, but rather a series of intentional, sometimes small steps.
Exactly. And that gradual process is crucial. Whether you're relearning a physical movement or reintroducing yourself to emotionally charged experiences, it's about taking deliberate, measured steps. It's like a dance between fear and courage, where you slowly, reclaim pieces of
Right.
yourself you
It's a
thought were
beautiful
lost.
analogy. And on top of that, the idea of inviting people to join a healing masterclass or try out a course is really powerful. It suggests that healing isn't something we have to do alone. It can be a shared journey.
Absolutely, there's this implicit call for community and shared growth. When we join together in a safe space, be it a physical room or an inner sanctuary, we can find the tools and support we need to truly heal and connect with others.
Yeah. However, I've sometimes wondered if emphasizing the gradual approach might be a bit too slow for some people. Isn't there a risk of, getting stuck in that slow pace?
That's a really important critique. I mean, sure, a slow pace might seem frustrating for those hungry for rapid change, but the depth of healing here is long lasting. A quick fix might only mask the pain temporarily. True healing, be it emotional or physical, means rebuilding stronger foundations. And
Yes,
that takes
exactly.
time.
It sounds like a delicate balancing act between ensuring safety and pushing forward enough to transform and grow.
Precisely. It's about trusting the process, knowing that each small step builds confidence and strength, not only in your body, but also in your spirit. It's like, building a tower brick by brick. You need that
Yep,
strong base for
exactly.
it to stand tall.
And that inner sanctuary is like the blueprint of that tower, reminding us every day of our capability to handle challenges.
Right. And as we move forward, embracing both our physical and emotional scars as part of our journey, we begin to see how interconnected they really are. The more we nurture one aspect, the better we heal the other.
It's really a holistic view of life, ensuring that every step, every breath contributes to our overall well-being.
Totally. And it's a reminder that healing is an art, a blend of science, mindfulness, and a whole lot of heart. Whether it's gentle physical therapy or tender emotional work, the journey is about embracing the process with courage, patience, and a bit of self-compassion.
Right. I love how this intertwines practical steps with a compassionate mindset, really paving the way for a fuller, more vibrant life.
Exactly. And as we encourage everyone to take those intentional strides, whether it's joining a masterclass or simply working on their inner dialogue, we're really, inviting them to reclaim their power and their true self.
Absolutely. Well, that's a wrap for today's exchange. It's been truly uplifting to explore how healing the heart and healing the body share so much in common.
Indeed. Thanks for joining in this deep dive into the art of healing, both physical and emotional. Until next time, keep nurturing that inner sanctuary and embrace every step of your journey.